Hello there, Code Warriors, and welcome back to another installment of me doing a coding exercise on Code Wars. This time, looking at simple remove duplicates, doing it in C++. And yeah, this is Code Wars once again. I think they're all Code Wars. I do have some leak code exercises, but they're harder to find now that I have so much videos on there. Yeah. Description. Remove the duplicates from a list of integers, keeping the last occurrence of each element. So this is a duplicate removal situation, but we're keeping the last occurrence of each value rather than the first. Usually when you remove duplicates, you keep the first. So it's going to create a different ordering situation. Let's look at the example. We got this one, of course. And so it says keep the rightmost occurrence of each element. And so you got threes in duplication, but the rightmost one is the last three. Then you have fours in duplication, but the rightmost is this four. Then you have a six, which is here. So what you carry over from that is 4, 6, 3. And so it's really about ordering, because if you were to retain the first occurrence of each, it would be 3, 4, 6. But so the real answer is 4, 6, 3 because it's the rightmost occurrence of each value. So, and if you think about this algorithmically, you could try to approach it from the front and try to remove the duplication and keep the rightmost, like looping from the front. But I think it's going to be more seamless to come this way and then just find the first occurrence of each coming from right to left and then reverse the list. Like if you take this list and you loop from the end to the beginning, you're going to first encounter that first three. Let's just cross this out for a minute. You're going to encounter that first three. So we can put that 3 here as the first occurrence. Then you're going to encounter the 6, first occurrence. Forget the 3 because that's the second occurrence. And then the 4, that's the first occurrence of it. And then everything else is a duplication. You have a 4 and a 3. So this is it coming from right to left. And so it says keep the rightmost occurrence. So really, we just have to flip this and reverse it. Back it up, flip it, and reverse, dude. So it becomes 4, 6, 3 if you reverse it. And there's your answer. And that's really the algorithm. Very simply, you loop from the end to the beginning. And from the end to the beginning, you pick up the first occurrence of each. Then you reverse the list. And then there's your answer. And I've been saying list all along, but I'm doing it in C++. This is actually an array. Or no, sorry. It's going to be a vector. So go back and mentally correct all the times I said list. Correct them with a vector, because these are vectors. Let's code, shall we? Now that I've given you the idea for this one, the implementation should be fairly simple, although programmers always say fairly simple, but simple is in the eye of the beholder. Programmers tend to say simple way too much, or like, this shit is hard, and it's simple for you, man, because you've been doing it every day for 10 years. But I digress. So let's do this. We got our function header here. We're gonna return a vector, and we are taking in a vector. And again, we're getting the first rightmost occurrence of each digit or value. If you want the explanation, just rewind. I'm not going to go into it again. I'm going to create a vector first, to store my new values because I'm only taking one value. I'm not going to bother with removing stuff from the original vector, although I guess I could, but this just seems easier to me to create a new vector and copy the stuff that I want from the old one to the new one. Maybe I'll try the removal at some point, not right now live on a damn video. Let's go. I'll just simply call this one S. And I'm going to be including the algorithm header because for the vector, I'm going to find something in the vector using the algorithm header, and I think reverse also is in the algorithm header. So I think both of those are. I know reverse is, but anyway, I think find is too, so I'm including it. As I said before, I'm going to loop through the vector going backwards. So for loop setup is going to be I is going to be the vector dot size minus 1. That means start at the end. And then while I is greater than or equal to 0, meaning while it's not at the beginning, and this should be a semicolon, and it'll be I minus minus because I'm going backwards. And I'm going to do a conditional in here where the operation is going to be copying from one vector to another one. But because this is a removal of duplicates, I don't want to copy a value into the new vector that's already in the new vector. That would be duplication. So I'm going to do a conditional check to see if what I'm copying is not already in there. I'm going to use find to do so. I'm going to use find, and I'm going to search I'm searching the new vector. Searching the new vector for the current value of the old vector. And if it's not in there, which is what this is, see, find works on iterators, and find will return the end iterator if it doesn't find what it's looking for. I'm searching for the value of the old vector in the new vector, and if it does not find it, then I am okay to copy it to the new vector. And the copying will be via the pushback. I still feel that like this is a non-intuitive way to add an item to a vector. Like, I wonder why they didn't just use add. I'm sure there's a pretty clear reason if I just look it up, but it would seem that you would have an add method for a vector and not pushback. Pushback seems, it's a weird terminology. So we're putting the current value from the old vector into the new vector. And that's me looping backwards. I'm basically getting one occurrence of each value going backwards. And then what I'm going to do is, once I've got all the values, I'm going to reverse it to put it really back in the right order. Because my copying happens in reverse, hence the backwards looping. And reverse works on iterators as well, or the arguments are iterators. So of course, I'm reversing the entire vector. I probably said list as I've been doing this as well somewhere. Once that is done, I'm going to return my new vector, and that will be that. My coding ninjas. Let's go. Looks good to me. See if it looks good to the tests. That looks good. See if it looks good to the attempt. Test in the attempt. Yep, that is great. All right. What we've just done here is simple remove duplicates, C++, not Python, in Codewars. There's your code again. And with that, folks, I am out of here. You'll see my code next time in my cool picture on the thumbnail, right? All right. See ya.